We got a lynching in Mississippi that the police say isn't a lynching. A Denver school becomes live action Call of Duty. Charlie Kirk dying and instantly becoming the Republican Tupac. Jimmy Kimmel losing his job for saying the quiet part out loud. And pop singer David proving once again that celebrity Teslas are just Ubers for felonies. This is America, where the news cycle is basically a horror comedy that never gets canceled. Now let's start in Mississippi, because of course it's Mississippi where 28-year-old Trey Reed was lynched this week. Yes, lynched in 2025. Apparently, Jim Crow didn't die, it just switched to 5G. Officials are doing their usual routine, investigating and acting shocked that something like this could happen. Mississippi is like their friend who swears they've changed, but somehow keeps showing up drunk at the same bar fight every weekend. We exist in a system that was built on the subjugation of black people that likes to continually remind us of this through subliminal messages. Cops said no foul play, but nah, if you're black or just fairly familiar with Southern American history, you are questioning this no foul play assessment. It's hard to muster up more words. Other than imagining a black man will want to publicly hang himself on a tree is inconceivable. Even if he wanted to go and wanted to hang himself, the public part is what immediately signals foul play. No way around it, and we know why. Existing squarely in the awareness of just how crooked everything is makes the certainty of details hard to believe. Prayers up for Trey Reed's family, and it's not lost on us that this happened in a week where gun violence is what actually pushed the news cycle. Prayers up. Let's talk Evergreen, Colorado. On September 10th, 2025, Desmond Holly, a 16-year-old student, opened fire in Evergreen High School during lunch hour. He used a revolver, reloading multiple times as he roamed classrooms, lockers, windows, trying to find targets. 2 students were shot, one inside the school, the other outside on the campus. Holly then turned the gun on himself. He died later at the hospital. Authorities say Holly had been radicalized online. Neo-Nazi posts, fascination with Columbine, posting of guns and ammo just before the attack. He even posted photos of tactical gear and referenced white supremacist symbolism. Some security measures likely prevented worse tragedy. Locked doors blocked his path to more victims. And other things of that nature. Look, the students injured remain hospitalized, one in critical condition. This is the part where we ask, how many warning signs do we need before we treat ideology plus online radicalization plus gun access like a public health crisis, not just a headline? And guys, I'd like to remind you, there has been a school shooting every week of this young school year so far. What the fuck is going on? Why are y'all targeting schools, targeting our children every fucking week? Why are y'all killing kids? What the fuck? It's beyond me, man. All right, let's keep on. So Charlie Kirk died this week. And of course, America turned the obituary into a campaign post. The media blitz went full speed. Memes, tributes, threads, politicians using it as the new talking point. Immediately, Donald Trump tweeted a message riding the grief. Even as social media accused both sides of weaponizing the moment, which they did, and I won't give my 2 cents on that because I'm sure we are all tired of hearing and seeing it. What's wild is how death becomes content. Kirk's death wasn't even cold before pundits leveraged it for political points, fundraisers, and outrage piles. Meanwhile, Barack Obama responded with something quieter, centered on unity and reflection. He didn't use it as a microphone, he used it like a mirror. Here's what he had to say.
I didn't know Charlie Kirk. I was generally aware of some of his ideas. I think those ideas were wrong. But that doesn't negate the fact that what happened was a tragedy and that I mourn for him and his family. He's a young man with 2 small children and a wife who obviously, and a huge number of friends and supporters who cared about him. And so we have to extend grace to people during their period of mourning and shock. We can also, at the same time, say that I disagree with the idea that the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was a mistake.
We need to ask, when public figures die, do we mourn or do we market? Because right now it's just marketing. You can't aggressively grieve on the internet and then call it real. By concept, it's performative. Nobody actually wants to grieve in front of other people on the internet. And last statement from me on this. Whatever side you fell on this past week, I think we can all say there was some incredibly disturbing behavior being exhibited. No guns next week, America. Goddamn, y'all are out of control. Okay, so yes, Jimmy Kimmel's show was off indefinitely at ABC after his monologue about Charlie Kirk's death.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. Okay. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. There's demolition.
Look, that's what got him suspended. ABC affiliates pulled the show. The FCC chair is talking about regulatory consequences. Stephen Colbert called this blatant censorship. Others say it's about ratings, about politics, and about power. I say it's about white nationalism, it's about Trump, and it's about the commissioner of the FCC, Brendan Carr, who also wrote the FCC portion of Project 2025. The hostile takeover is in progress. I don't think they will be successful. We have a lot of people already in a rhythm of protesting and standing up for what's right this year. MAGA is not growing, guys. They aren't, okay? But Project 2025 is progressing, so if we gotta break glass in case of emergency, it may be sooner than later. Freedom of speech is obviously of concern here, but after this past week on social media, I'm not sure enough people understand bias or the English language or anything for that matter. It's a lot of people in conversations that they are not qualified for. So with that being said, take a break from socials. The chaos is on purpose. In Los Angeles, a decomposed body was found in the trunk of a Tesla registered to singer David, whose real name is David Anthony Burke. The victim? 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, missing since April 2024. The car was impounded after a foul odor. Investigators discovered her remains wrapped in a plastic bag. No arrests yet. Cause of death still undetermined. David's representatives say he's cooperating with the investigation. What's haunting about this isn't just how horrifying it sounds, it's how quickly rumors flood in. Social media detectives detailed matching tattoos between a singer and a young girl in threads on social media before any of the facts have been confirmed. Okay, so Celeste Rivas is an underage girl, or was, rest in peace. Information and clips have surfaced showing David with Celeste on live but telling his mods to delete any videos from the stream. I see a smoking gun. There was obviously foul play that David knows about, but in Hollywood, it's possible that someone did this to send him a message. Because let's not act like there are not other people dealing with underage women in Hollywood. So there are a lot of possibilities, but having a relationship with a 14 to 15-year-old girl is immediate grounds for criticism. I see a smoking gun. I pray that justice is served in this situation. I pray for the family that has to mourn their missing and now dead daughter again. What the fuck, America? What the fuck y'all been on this week, bro? Y'all need to chill. Y'all really need to chill. This week gave us everything that we didn't want. A lynching in Mississippi that reminds us America's past isn't so much in the past. Another school shooting that reminds us, unfortunately, kids are still disposable. The circus of Charlie Kirk's death turning into campaign merch. Jimmy Kimmel losing his job for saying the obvious. And a pop star's Tesla becoming a crime scene. It's tragedy, it's absurdity, it's America in 2025. Every story is about power, who has it, who abuses it, who dies because of it, and who makes a profit from the fallout. So as you doom scroll, remember, the news doesn't just happen to us. It's engineered to distract us, divide us, and sometimes to remind us that nothing has changed. Same chaos, new week, same show, just a faster breakdown. This has been the Adonis Black Show. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next video. Thank you. All right, cool. Peace. What the fuck, America? What the fuck?